John Morant is back in the news, man. Obviously, we know what happened. IG Live, you know, involving guns. So with that being so, John Morant is currently suspended on all basketball activities for the Memphis Grizzlies. With that being said, man, what should the NBA do with John Morant as of right now?
Hey man, you heard the NBA young boy. He's NBA dumb boy. That's the dumbest dude I've ever seen, man. He's got to be the dumbest dude I've ever seen, bro. You know what? The first time, he got a pass from a lot of people. But even Jalen Rose and Steve Jackson not backing him on this one, man. This is just too dumb beyond it's beyond measure to me. And of course, he was listening to your boy, NBA young boy, when he was doing it, bro. So I'm a music man. I've always been a big proponent of music don't make you do anything. I hate when people say, "Oh man, they listening to that rap music. That's what's doing it." But either I'm getting old or this is NBA YoungBoy got this boy being stupid, man. He is being stupid. He said that's his favorite artist. He's listening to him. Nobody else in the car had a gun out. Why does John Morant have a gun out? What did he need a gun out for? They wasn't finna go shoot nobody. What did he have a gun out for? Why did he have a gun in a strip club? Now, why was he riding around with his homeboy with a gun out? And it was terrible because his homeboy tried to save him. He didn't even know Ja had the stupid gun out. He was yeah, we rolling. And he looked over there, he saw that gun, he tried to put the camera back down, but it was too late. You know what I'm saying? Ja's an idiot, man, and he's gonna idiot dumb boy his way right out of the NBA, bro. They're gonna make an example out of him. He's gonna miss about 30 games next year, and yeah, and if it ever happens again, he's gonna be out the league. He'll be in Taiwan joining Dwight Howard. You can quote me on that. If this happens again, that man is out of the NBA. Period. They're gonna make an example out of him.
Okay, I got a question for you, and I'm
Okay.
not listen to what I'm about to say. By no means am I condoning what John Morant did. Please put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to know. Me and my wife had this conversation. What law did he break?
He didn't break any law.
So why is it getting the? I mean, I know that why it's getting the attention it's getting because of the previous situations. I understand that, and I get why he was suspended when he was in a strip club. You in a public area with a gun. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's in his car or his homeboy's car, and he pulls the gun out and they listen to rap music. And I'm looking at it. I'm saying to myself, is it dumb? Absolutely. You already got suspended for having a gun out. Absolutely. I understand everybody's argument. But I guess trying to play devil's advocate and not condoning it at all. Because if John Morant was my homeboy, see, you already know, I'd be like, bro, what are you doing?
Exactly.
What are you doing? But I will say, I mean, I just pose questions to my wife. And I'm like, okay, what if he's not rapping? You know, there's some places where you can have your weapon on you, you know, on you at all times. Some states, if he's in the car, I'm not going to use him. Let's not even use him. Let's just say C's a famous football player, and C has a weapon with all his paperwork, everything's legal, and he's on Instagram Live, and he has his gun on his hip, and he's walking with his boys, or he's walking with his family, or whatever. Does C get suspended from the NFL because of that?
Here's where the problem lies. It's called a code of conduct.
I understand.
I understand that the NBA has a code of conduct, and I'm sure the Memphis Grizzlies have a code of conduct. And that I'm sure that they can make fit under the violation of the code of conduct. So I'm pretty sure he's been suspended already by the Grizzlies. I'm pretty sure the NBA is going to take action too because of the code of conduct. Look at all the attention it's getting negatively, and he's a repeat offender. He's a repeat offender. Kind of like the Draymond thing. Draymond doesn't get any benefit of the doubt. He's not going to get any benefit of the doubt. So we can look at it like this, man. Like I said, they're going to make an example out of him because you got to look at he's one of the new faces of the league. So do you want to keep having these problems with the next crop of kids go to the NBA? No. So you got to make an example out of somebody. Show somebody that we not playing. You're not going to come in my league like this, and they're gonna have to do it. And I hate it because, like I said, we have you have people like Steven Jackson and Jalen Rose that were taken up for him and trying to tell he made a mistake. The young fella made a mistake. He's only 23 years old. Yada yada yada. And even today, Steven Jackson was like, "Man, but that's just dumb." He was like, I ain't going in again for that, bro. He said, I stay out the way, man. I'm not going in with that no more. So I really I understand where you're coming from, and I hate to see it. I hate to see people throw
Yeah,
away.
that's my only thing. Like this is where I stand. Like I think it's dumb what he did. No doubt about it, it's dumb.
Mhm.
But I hate when a player gets suspended for not breaking a law. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't break any law. Like there's nothing that he did. He was in a private vehicle. Him and his homeboys listening to music. Is it stupid because you already got in trouble for it? Absolutely. And if he was my homeboy, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like for what? It's just us two. Like, why would you do that? But I do have empathy because, in the sense of, and this is the only reason why, because he didn't break any law. Now, I get what you're saying, code of conduct for sure, but I wish that the NBA would put something in place. Look, you can't be on social media toting guns. You can't do that. Now, they do have the rule where you can't go on an NBA facility with a gun. Now, how do you know he's on an NBA facility? He's in a car. He could be anywhere in that car. So I
Mhm.
think they just need to update their rules and say, look, you can't be on social media, on lives, toting guns, doing all
Doing
these
that
things because it makes us look bad as the NBA. Because I'm with you, code of conduct, I get it. But that's a tough one for me to be suspended for 30. I'm hearing even a whole season for something that he didn't
maybe
even break a law. He didn't shoot nobody.
I think
Which
that I think that that's the only reason why he's only gonna get about 30 games. I'm hearing like 28 games, so I'm just gonna round it up to 30. Um, he's putting his franchise in a bad spot. He's putting his family in a bad spot because he's gonna think about all the money. I'm sure he's taking care of his whole entire family. So when you have that many people depending on you, bro, you gotta think, bro. And I hate to say it, some people have to learn the hard way. And maybe this saves his life. You never know. Maybe him being punished for this could save his life because I know I don't play around with guns, bro. I don't play around with guns. If somebody has a gun around me, they mean me some harm. You know what I mean? And it's people out there that don't play around with guns, that got guns and that will shoot you first because they feel threatened. So this may save this young man's life because after this, he shouldn't even want to be around a gun. He should, if he has security, he gonna tell them y'all gotta fight. Y'all can't have no guns. I wouldn't want nobody. If I was in a car and somebody had a gun, I'm like Trey out Boys in the Hood. Pull over, though. Let me out. Let me out, though. I'm out, bro. I don't want to be around no guns. Period. So I mean, hopefully that something good comes from this because he's going down a terrible path. And like I said, I work with high school students that love NBA YoungBoy and they love John Morant, bro.
right.
So and neither one of them can do no wrong. I asked those kids today, what y'all think about John Morant? They said, man, he dumb. And I was actually happy to hear that because when I tell you they'll take up for anything NBA YoungBoy does and anything John Morant does, they will. So those kids are following your role model, whether you want to be or not. He has to make better decisions, man. Like I tell my students all the time, my kids all the time, bro. Life is about decisions. Every decision you make determines how your life is gonna go. He made another bad decision. Another bad decision. So with that being said, man, prayers go out to him, man. But bruh, you gotta learn at some point or another.
Hey, Kill, before you go, hey, T. Morant, that's how you talk to your son.
Hey,
Oh!
holler at him. Holler at him.
um,
So go ahead, Kill.
when this came out the first time, I was very harsh on John Morant, and a lot. I took a lot of criticism by a lot of the people on social media, and I was not surprised by it. I kind of felt like his apology, his statement that he made wasn't sincere. I had a feeling it was gonna happen again. You know, going
I
to
know.
going to classes for it, talking to the commissioner, and then this comes back and happens again. It's like, come on now. It's like I feel like he didn't learn his lesson, and I felt like he just did all of those things so the NBA and the Memphis Grizzlies could get off of his back. That's the only reason why I think he did, because obviously it shows that he doesn't care. It shows that his friends doesn't care about what he's doing right now, because I mean, I don't know why he has a gun. Like you're paying getting paid handsomely, 198 million for a contract. You got three endorsements. Well, it's jeopardized now with Nike and now with Powerade. So you're willing to lose that off of going on Instagram live to tote out a gun. And I understand that he didn't break a law, but at the end of the day, when you're a professional athlete, you hold a certain standard to the younger generation that looks up to you. So, and I've said this to before on air. You know, if somebody sees John Morant holding a gun, younger high school students that looks up to this guy, sees this IG live, see him holding a gun, they're gonna say, "Yo, I'm gonna do that too." If my favorite player and somebody I look up to is holding the gun like that, it's okay for me to do that. And obviously the parent gets involved, the school gets involved, and it just paints a bad picture and image for the person that started that. So he may not have broken the law, but you at the end of the day you have to hold a certain standard as a professional athlete. You know what comes with it. The example, you're supposed to lead by example and be a role model. Obviously, he's not being a role model off of what he's doing right now. And I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets suspended half a season. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And I don't feel bad at all if he does get suspended half the season. I'm sorry, man. Like I felt like you did it the first time, and then the second time you took it for granted and you didn't care at all. You just said, "Nah, I don't care. I don't care what they said. They at least they're off my back. Now I can do whatever I want."
Man, listen, as a Pelican fan, every time Zion gets hurt, I always say, damn, we should have drafted John Morant. Not anymore, bro. I'll wait for Zion. I'll wait for Zion to get healthy, bro. I'm so glad we didn't draft Ja, bro. I
I mean,
don't
I
know what
mean,
to tell you, man.
and we never dealt with this issue with him when he was playing at Murray State. We never heard anything about that.
Yeah,
Now we're hearing a whole bunch of things about that. Is there's like a major track record and history when it comes to events that John Morant's been involved in, with that incident with the high school student, the stuff at the mall, the
always
stuff
a
with
good
the stuff in the basketball games with the Pacers. So it's just a lot of things, though, man. I don't know why he, and these two incident involves having a gun, man. That's what it involves, having a gun. I don't know why. Maybe he feels like he needs protection to have a gun. If that's the case, if he wants protection, do what everybody else does. Security, hire security. All the great athletes, all the top suit music stars in the game today, that's what they have, security. They do it the legit way. I mean, having a gun is legal though, but I just think there's a different way you can do it. And from what I'm hearing right now, they said you could expect the worst when it comes down to what they're gonna do with John Morant in this situation.
Let me say one more thing, man. I heard somebody's take on this, and I liked what they said. They spend these franchises spend so much money on everything, right? On everything when it comes to their team, and they have a superstar player that they see ain't got it all right there. They need to invest in someone, just like they said Jerry Jones did to send with Pac-Man Jones. Hey, you need to send somebody to follow and go everywhere he goes to make sure he's making the right decisions, bro. He might not like it, but guess what? This is gonna be in your contract. This guy right here is going with you to make sure it can be a security guard so he can feel protected. If you think that you need a gun for protection, this guy is here to protect you. This guy is here to make sure that you're not doing anything stupid. And the second thing is he needs to find better friends because I know that if you care about the person that you with, you're not gonna allow them to make a mistake like this again. Now I can't say that those guys that was in the truck with him don't care about him, but it's common sense, man. I'm sure he's taking care of all of them. I'm sure he's taking care of all of them. And everybody knows that, all right, he's the bag. You got to always protect the bag. So what happens to them if Ja gets kicked out the league and that 198 million contract is gone? I'm sure he's probably paying them. They on the payroll somehow, probably making upwards of like $500,000 a year just for being his friend. You know what I mean? So he loses that money, you lose your lifestyle too. Somebody's got to be smart enough to say, "Hey, Ja, put that damn gun down. What's wrong with you, man? You don't need that. If something happens, I'm gonna take the charge. I'm gonna be here. I got a gun. I'll have a gun. I'll be out there." He's pulling out the gun to show off. You know what I mean? It's not to protect himself, nothing like that. He didn't get into an altercation and pull the gun out on somebody, but he's doing this on Instagram just to show off, like everybody, like all these other kids do, or whatever. It's just stupid, man. Somebody needs to talk to him. He needs to get a better friend group. He's like Ed said, man. T, talk to your son, bro. Talk to your son, man. You got to get him under wraps. You got to get him under control, bro. I know we can't control them kids once they get grown, bro. But look, you got to be somebody. Got to stand in, step up, and talk to him before he destroys himself. And that's real talk.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, man, my advice to his friends, and then you guys give advice to his dad. My advice is to his friend is you got to protect the bag, man. John Morant is the bag, and you got to protect that bag.